Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beaconhouse Old Student Society, Boss Memory Lane. Beaconhouse Boss is all about building a community together. We have star of Foreign Office with us today, Ms. Iqra Ashraf. She completed her O-levels in 2004 from Beaconhouse, Multan. Currently, she is Director Strategic Communications at Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as well as Director Spokesperson with the Foreign Office Spokesperson. Let's welcome Ms. Iqra to Boss Memory Lane. Ms. Iqra, welcome to Boss Memory Lane. Your fondest memory at Beaconhouse?
Fondest, there's so many, but I would actually want to talk about the funniest because when I was thinking about these questions, when I received them, so I was thinking about this one particular incident. We were in grade 8 or 9, I suppose, and we are a class of 20 strong, very, very studious, model students, right? And we pride ourselves a lot on that. The entire class, you can't even, say that one person is, plus or minus. So we wanted to experience a normal school life. So we wanted to bunk a class. But we didn't want to do that by taking away from all of our, image that the teachers had. So we actually went to our class teacher and we said we want to bunk the class for this period. And she was, she was just looking at us that that bunking means you don't take permission for something.
Okay. So if you have to describe your school life in 3 words, what would that be and why?
First and foremost, happy. I remember the entire time at Beaconhouse being extremely happy, being a part of a community that I could connect to, and just relishing those moments. I actually looked forward to going to school. Secondly, I suppose motivated, because as I said that we as a class, we were very studious. So there was a very strong and healthy competition. So everyone wanted to do good, right? Wow. Everyone wanted to do better than the next person, but it was a healthy competition.
Oh,
so that is something that I still recall. And thirdly, also I believe that we had sort of like an inclination that this is preparing us for life. So all of these are the key takeaways that I have from my memories from school, and all of this goes to the credit of first my classmates and then of course the teachers.
Right, you just spoke about teachers. Teachers ke naam yaad hai?
My first teacher when I joined Beaconhouse, my class teacher was Miss Hadia.
All right.
And she was our English teacher at the time, and my English was very weak initially when I joined. Right. So that was a sore sticking point for me initially, but I still remember she was a very calming influence, and she was someone that helped me particularly as a student, because she saw how I want to learn and I want to do good. So her I distinctly remember. And so many other teachers throughout the course of my life in Beaconhouse, Miss Nadia, Miss Samina Niazi, who was our first headmistress when I joined Beaconhouse, Miss Sara Gardezi,
right,
and so many others.
सबसे ज़्यादा डर किससे लगता था?
डर, to be honest, मुझे probably किसी से भी नहीं लगता था, because we had a certain, but I did not like particularly the PT classes.
Achha, okay.
So we had Miss Firdaus who would ask us to do rounds of the school and play baseball and play basketball, and I was horrible at it. So probably that was one thing that I didn't really look forward to, but dar is not the right word.
As they say that in school you make friends for life, do you have few from Beaconhouse?
Absolutely. We are a very close-knit group, and even though now all of us are spread across Pakistan and across the world actually, but we stay connected and we talk as frequently as life allows now. But I do cherish my friendships. All right.
You have siblings also at Beaconhouse?
We are 4 sisters.
Right. So you all were in Beaconhouse?
All of us were in Beaconhouse.
How was that experience? Comparison hota tha बहनों में?
Actually, because 2 of my sisters are younger to me. So by the time I joined, by the time they joined, I had left. So उनके लिए बहुत comparison था, because all the teachers would, 1, call them Iqra.
Okay.
And 2, they would always ask about me. Right. So for them it was probably tough, but for me it was just trailblazing a path.
All right. Were you part of extracurricular activities at Beaconhouse?
Absolutely.
And what were those clubs or anything?
Almost all the clubs that were offered, we signed up as a class, sare ke sare, but the one that has particularly impacted my life, and I believe it started from Beaconhouse, was public speaking.
Wow.
So I started debating from Beaconhouse School. From grade 8, we started Urdu parliamentary debates, and we used to travel a lot for it. And the teachers were, kind enough to take us, coach us. So that is a very, very fond memory, because that is something that has been such a big part of my life.
Oh wow! Which speaker you were in? First speaker, third speaker, second speaker?
So I started from being the whip.
Okay.
In Urdu parliamentary, I used to
Right.
be the final speaker.
Right.
But also I then shifted, when I shifted to English parliamentary, I was the first speaker.
All right. Okay. Coming back to public speaking, and now, mashallah, you're part of Pakistan Foreign Service, and of course, director, spokesperson office. How's that experience? Let's hear your opinion and thoughts about it.
It's been a lovely 1.5 years that I've been in this particular portfolio, but with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I have been associated for the past 10 years. As an institution, I take a lot of pride in what we do and what we've been able to achieve for Pakistan. But particularly speaking about this position, I feel that we have worked very, very hard to enhance Pakistan's voice, particularly the ministry's voice, to put forward our stances and to garner a general understanding of our foreign policy choices and to humanize the face of Pakistan in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We've done that by my newest portfolio.
Strategic communication.
Not newest portfolio, but the newest division in the ministry, which is Strategic Communications Division. So what this division has done in the past 1.5 years, that is when it was raised, it has amplified Pakistan's voice on digital platforms.
Wow.
And we've wanted to do that by translating the press releases into bite-sized information that an ordinary person on the street can connect to.
Oh, wow.
Or someone who has a tablet, who has a phone, who has a Twitter account, who has an Instagram account. So we wanted to do targeted messaging for all of them, but bringing them the ministry's voice.
Brilliant, brilliant. In school, we had election days. Aapke bhi the? Hote the election days?
Well, elections at school are always, very interesting experiences. Give you a taste of leadership, campaigning, canvassing and all of that. And of course, we had elections also, and normally they have a very polarizing effect on the school itself. So particularly for head girl elections. So I remember deputy head girl I contested also, I lost that. But for the head girl elections, what happened was, again going back to the brilliant class that we had, that the administration decided that because everyone is so good, they can't nominate 2 to 3 people, because normally they take kiske zyada number hain aur uske hisab se. So the competition was so neck to neck that they decided that we are going to give it to everyone.
Oh wow.
And that was decided on the basis of who's going to be the student of the month. And I remember the sash was traveling from one person to the next person to the next person. So throughout the school year we had...
Quite unique. Do you remember your class section? Naam yaad hai? Color, yeah.
Absolutely. So for I don't know what reason, but throughout I've been in pink class.
Yeah. And house name, color?
So we didn't have houses back then because we had a smaller setup. Beaconhouse Multan was very new, the new campus. So we didn't really have houses.
All right. So what is one thing about your field which you really love, and how Beaconhouse has impacted it?
What I really like about being a Pakistani diplomat and being associated with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Pakistan, is that wherever you go, you're representing the flag. And I feel that there is no greater pride than sitting behind the flag of Pakistan or with the flag of Pakistan waving behind you. So we've been given a very unique opportunity of amplifying the voice of Pakistan and being the face of Pakistan for the world. So I remember representing Pakistan as the Deputy Permanent Delegate in UNESCO. I was also part of the team that defended to avoid blacklisting of World Heritage site that we have in Lahore because of the Orange Line Metro at the time. And we defended that case successfully. So, so many other events and things like this that we've been able to do for Pakistan, there's no greater pride.
Because sometimes we hear such words which really follow. What were those words which were being said to you and said to you by whom and stayed with you and you really followed?
I don't really particularly identify it as such, but talking about school and talking about Beaconhouse, what I do remember is teachers always saying that in parent-teacher meetings to my parents particularly, she's very hardworking. So I used to hate it back in the day. Okay, what does hardworking mean? You should say I'm brilliant or whatever. But I realize now, after having stepped into professional life also, there's no substitute for hard work. You have to prepare. yourself for everything. And the more you prepare, the better you are at whatever you do. So this is one advice that has been ingrained in me through my teachers, indirectly. But I believe that it is very, very true.
Iqra, you've done your foreign language French. So let's hear something in French.
It's a very common request, especially from my family, कि French में बोल के सुनाओ.
ज़रूरी है जी, please.
But okay. Bonjour, je m'appelle Iqra, je suis un diplomate pakistanais. Je suis aussi un ancien élève de Beaconhouse École et je suis très fière d'être ici pour Boss Memory Lane aujourd'hui.
Brilliant.
Hello, I'm Iqra Ashraf. I'm a Pakistani diplomat and I'm also a proud Beaconhouse alumni. I am happy to be here with Boss Memory Lane today to talk to you all.
Wow, thank you. Right. Brilliant and so profound. Iqra, what would you like to say in the end to the young minds of Beaconhouse?
I would want to say one thing, and that is follow your dreams and dream big. Because I was talking yesterday to a school friend of mine, Zara, and I was telling her that I'm going to be here and, it's literally a trip down memory lane. And she reminded me of this one incident which I had forgotten, where when we were asked by our teacher, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she said, I distinctly remember you said you want to be a diplomat. And that was in a grade 7 or 8. Yeah. So, just being able to dream something and being able to work towards it is a big thing. So I would really encourage everyone to dream big and then to work hard to get it.
Wow. Follow your dreams. On this positive note, we end our Boss Memory Lane with Miss Iqra. Thank you so much.
Beaconhouse Old Student Society, BOSS, building a community together.